Welcome to another episode of the Steppers Podcast. I'm Des Culpepper. This is my boy Greg.
What's up?
How you guys doing today? Hope you're having a good day out there. Here in Warner Robins, Georgia, it's really rainy outside.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
We got a lot of business to catch up on. We just dropped the episode. Like, subscribe it on YouTube, share it, do whatever you can. Help people out, man. Let's get you watching. We talk about some good things on here. So you might learn something if you pay attention. So,
Yeah.
Greg, what you want to talk about today, man?
I said today, with AAU starting up, travel ball starting to come in.
Yeah.
If you have no idea, and this goes beyond the travel ball and AAU ball or anything like this, and it's beyond just basketball itself. Go to school, but essentially is like, I don't want to say the word, but like branding is kind of the thought process of it all in regards to like, holding yourself, who you are outside, off the court,
Yeah.
carrying yourself a certain way. Like I think that's important for a lot of kids to understand that no matter who you are, like people are looking at you all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Especially now with social media and the access that people have to cameras and phones, the cameras primarily, and the ability to collect your data and see you. It's very important that an athlete understands how to present himself. And because of how the business of sports is coming along nowadays, right? It's how you carry yourself is going to be very important when it comes to recruiting and especially moving forward with your organization.
Yeah.
Pro, it's like all these things matter because image is so important, right?
Yeah.
And so the thought process I have is like when you're dealing with the travel ball and you see these things, like how can an athlete prepared? What can they expect to one start off? What can they expect to see and experience that may
Okay.
cause a hurdle?
So from my experience, college wise, when I was playing, we used to go to different restaurants and people come up to us, you talk, what sport? First off, they say what sport you play.
Always know.
Like we 6'7", 6'8", walk around. We play soccer? Like we'll tell the one out of 6'8" to say that every time. Yeah, we play soccer. And it was like, no, we play basketball. But sometimes it just depends on who they asking that question to. Because we in college we tried to avoid a certain kid answering the questions because he was like he don't know what to say. He just sit there and pause. They come to me, they ask me, "Hey, where y'all from?" I say we from everywhere. We're a college basketball team, so but we're based out of Tennessee at this point because we all go to Tennessee. So we're the school in Tennessee, so we're basically Tennessee, Madisonville, Tennessee. That's what we'll tell them. Uh, some kids just don't know how to express, or they get nervous when somebody come talk to them. So it's like just be yourself, and just it's always gonna be the basic question is where do you play, where you from, and then they go like, okay, oh, that's cool. And then the conversation normally is over. It only lasts like 3 seconds, unless it's just somebody who just likes to talk a lot. And then it
Run to those.
slower. Yeah, it's always you're gonna run into those, but it's just be yourself and just know where you're from, really, because I say they ask me where I'm from originally. I say 75. They're like, "What you mean?" I'm like, "Well, I lived in Warner Robins, Georgia. I stayed in Atlanta, Georgia. Uh, I stayed in Tennessee, so the whole state of Interstate 75 rides through it. So yeah, I'm from I-75.
Anywhere along that line.
I'm from
Nice.
I-75. So, but basically, that's what it is. Just hope they go talk to the right person, or I mean, the only gym I can say, just know where you from and just talk respectfully and look them in their eyes when you talking to them. Just show them some respect because they don't mean no harm. They just trying to figure out where you from and why all you big kids are in McDonald's.
Yeah, see, I say, and they're trying to figure out, information, trying to be nice, essentially,
Yeah,
for the most part. And so their goal is to, uh, you know, put a good light on
yeah.
the team that you're with, your players, and yourself as well. Like, remember, you're representing.
Represent yourself. You represent
Mhm.
your parents. You represent the school that you went. So
Yes.
you know what I'm saying. So that's
Team that you're with. Yeah.
that's a big part of it. So like you said, you gotta make sure the brand look good. You don't
Yes.
want nobody out here talking about you or what your parents did wrong, or they didn't teach you how to talk or have a conversation, or your school didn't do this, do that. They didn't teach you how to shake a man's hand or little stuff like that. Like
Yes.
just some stuff like that. That's the big part of life for young men, period, or young females, period,
Hmm.
especially going out. just make sure that you represent the brand right. Especially like you said with the social media and stuff.
100%.
It's all branding. Everything is brand, marketing, marketing, marketing. So you got to make sure that your brand and your marketing skills and know how to talk to people, and then you'll be good. That's some good advice. Just be yourself and
Yeah.
know where you come from, know your background, know your family tree, and I think
Yeah,
you'll be all right.
exactly.
That conversation comes up.
Every now and then, and we'll talk about that here, is you have someone who's a troll, like a real life troll, not an online troll, like a real life. They're trying to push your button, trying to bug.
Yeah.
This is one of those things to remember. Again, the cameras are always on nowadays, like literally, like they're always on. So you're representing yourself and how you do things. So this is one of those situations where you be nice and answer all the questions like you did before. But then you can usually tell if someone's trying to egg you on
Yeah.
and just kind of create a rile you up, mess with you. At that point, it's like you have several ways to respond. Again, you can't decide. You can't control what they're doing. You
Yeah.
control how you respond, right? And this is you control again, even if it's like a teammate getting roused or messed with.
Yeah.
The situation is you guys can control only your response. That's it. So you can't control what they. So the thought process is you got to come in there and appreciate. Okay, I'm being looked at. What do I need to do? Is it worth taking certain actions? Be it talking back, giving it back to them,
Yeah.
physical. Like all these things matter, and they also have they have consequences, right?
Yeah.
Be it good or bad. The situation is who has more to lose, like you or them. You got to think about if I do this, what can I potentially, right? And we're looking at athletes and organizations now, teams where all this matter, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know how you're going to hold yourself accountable. Are you going to be able to control your anger? Are you going to be quick enough, witty enough to get out of the situation?
Yeah.
Skilled enough to support a teammate in a situation as well, be a leader. So all these things are opportunities for you to highlight on your ability to handle hostile situations and control your temper. And that again, all that stuff translates to like dealing with stressful situations and how you manage,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like an opportunity for you to show what you do, be it on camera, not on camera, right? But the situation is you don't want to have that bad look because someone was literally trying to get you,
Yeah.
push your buttons and piss you off, get you angry, and then they win that situation because you respond in that specific way. So you got to remember when you're doing these things again, assume everybody's trying to be nice, and just take it that way. And if they say something ignorant, I just think it's easier to assume
Walk away.
they just don't realize they're being ignorant, and if walk away and leave, right? Like you can't take things personal when it comes to those situations.
Yeah,
right?
me personally, I just walk away because
Mhm.
yeah, no. All right, thank you, and just walk off. Because 9 times out of 10, if they troll, you walk away from a troll, he's gonna stop. And okay, I have nobody to troll. Now you just looking stupid, and then it just
100%, 100%. It's easy as walk off.
just
Right?
walk off.
You ain't yelling, whatever. So you just keep leaving. Like
Yeah,
people coach will be there. Hopefully,
yeah,
they're not
control.
have your back, right? It's
Yeah,
those situations where it's like, hey, they'll have someone step in at that point.
yeah. I never had that situation. I had a situation where somebody came and asked some questions, and one of my teammates didn't know. Was like, how you don't know what's going on? Like, you mute. Like, he just sat there. She was asking questions. He was just like, I was like, ma'am, we're from such and such, such and such. I don't know. Then he looks at me like, why she asking me this? I'm like, everybody's gonna talk to you. Don't think folks just not gonna talk to us when we walk into these places. It's 6'7", 6'8", 6'5" walking in the building. Somebody, especially an older woman, she always looks up and like, oh man, y'all tall. Where y'all from? That's
What y'all do?
that's the
Mhm.
first thing that comes out people's mouth. Hey, y'all tall. What y'all do? Where y'all from? And then you just sit there and it's
I'm here
3
for it.
questions. Like
Yep.
that's all they want. They like, where y'all from? Where y'all what y'all here for? And sometimes them people might support you. You'll be surprised who looks your school up, looks your organization up. Oh, you got a game online. They might tune into that game. You never know. They might show up to a game just to watch you play. You never know what the person is thinking. You never know who you're talking to. So you just got to make sure you respect everybody, like you said, and trust them until it's get out of hand and you feel like they trolling, and then you just walk away just to avoid any extra activity going on.
Sure. So one of the things also, like you're saying, if you guys travel as a unit, as a group, there are each team's different. I'm gonna say, right? So each organization will be different. School, be a travel team, whatever it is,
Yeah.
whoever it is, how you travel and like dress. It's like, oh, you're gonna expect you to dress a certain way or like unknown. Tell you straight up, there is an unknown, like unsaid, hey, this is how we do things.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I mean, it's gonna be one or the other, period, right? So either it's like up for grabs, doing how you dress how you want, right? So like the whole idea with that person is when it comes to again, appreciate that wherever you're going,
Yeah.
you're representing your family, your people who are. You want to be an individual as much as you can, right? I understand that, and that's 100% fine, generally, right? Depending on if your team says, oh, wear it.
Yeah.
Don't try to stand out in that situation. Like, be part of the team in regards to your personality show versus dress, right? But if you're dressing, just, appreciate it when you're going to, as bad as it is in regards to, we're in a world where judgment, people are going to look at you and first impressions matter, right? And so, depending on how you dress, questions may come at you in a different way.
Yeah.
Right? Someone, me asking someone, or someone asking you, hey, where are you from, can come off various different tones, very much so, like judging or very. So let's appreciate that when you have that, like, just know that's going to be part of the situation because when you travel with sports, you can end up any location possible.
Yeah.
Because events are events and they're going to be where they are. People have their the way they are. And so appreciating that, hey, when you dress a certain way, you automatically bring attention to yourself. It's fine, right? It is understand what that attention may bring and be prepared for it. That's all that really matters. And appreciate that your responses to how people address you, again, it goes back to not just you, but it goes back to the organization that you're with. It goes back to the coach that you're with. Again, coaches may lay things out in regards to, like, this is how we dress when we go, we wear this and this. Coaches may maybe an unsaid thing where someone, there is a, like, notice that, hey, people tend to dress a certain way.
Yeah.
But no one ever told you because you're new to the organization, but tend to dress way. Odds are you should probably dress that way, right?
Yeah.
Or within that certain aspect, or ask the question. Like, if nothing wrong with saying, hey, look, I see y'all dressed like this too.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, right? And either you go to the coach or you go to the captain on the team, you figure those things out, right? Don't try to stand out when it comes to certain things in regards to, like, the team organization as a team. Think about being as part of the team.
Yeah.
Right? It's the idea of, like, okay, you can be a teammate. You can be a good teammate. You can work with someone, and that's where the thought process now comes into branding outside of things. And as an individual, is like, okay, he's a team player, but again, personality, show individuality, do what you can.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Yeah. Most of the time, teams you're gonna wear basketball, football too. Actually, you're gonna wear a jumpsuit. Any sport, it's a jumpsuit. Or some coaches say no slides.
Right. No slides. Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I used to wear slides. Like, yeah, I'm walking this gym, my slides. I'm not. But then some coaches no slides. You got to put on some track shoes or some walking rochers or something like that. Something comfortable with no slides or no hoodies in the building. Just different little things like that. No shades on. I don't know why kids like to walk around with shades on nowadays. They'll wear shades in the gym. Like, no shades in the gym. Take your hats off in the gym. I think I learned the hat thing from a military dude. He was like, "Yeah, we're not wearing hats in the gym. It's like, take your hoodie off, show your face." Like, yeah, I can see that. That's military.
Right.
Like,
And different coaches are going to have their own different rules. Their organizations have their own programs. Like, he is like, just because one program did one way doesn't mean this program.
yeah,
And he is, again, like,
just
adjust, right? As long as it's not against, like, your principle, right? Like,
yeah,
obviously there's some things you're like, all right, this is wrong.
yeah,
Right. And then you bring that up, you address that, right? You move yourself to the situation. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about the outliers. We're talking about the basics of, like, hey, this is what we wear, this is how we're gonna do it. Fine.
Yeah.
We wear our jackets this color. We're wearing this color jacket. This also makes you responsible for, before you leave on a trip, make sure you ask these questions. Right? You want to make sure you're packed. Right. So I don't have anything but my game shoes and slides.
Ooh,
And it's like, you gotta wear, it's like, oh snap, what am I gonna do?
that's the bad thing. Packing.
Be prepared.
He'll be prepared,
Ask the question.
man. Because there's some kids that left their game shoes. AAU different. Like, AAU, you can leave your whole uniform.
Really?
Yes, because I get my kids' uniforms. I pick them up after every game. I take them, wash them, I bring them back to you.
I got you.
Some coaches, hey, y'all mom, take this home, wash this.
Right.
And them kids will lose them uniforms, and now you looking for a new uniform.
Is this the 8? Like, oh, this is all the way up through?
Man, you give it to that's who be the main ones. The ones who's the oldest ones. The younger kids, at least they'll wear their jersey because they want to wear to school or little stuff like that. The older kids, they're gonna take it off, probably not wash it, throw it in the pantry right there, or just throw it on the floor. It'd be under the bed with the chips and the drinks, and
Man, like at least put it in the bin. Hey, look, I got a bin. Make sure it gets in the bin. Or we got suicide. Or,
no, I had
bear crawls or
okay. So
dog rolls or something.
So as you know, I coach travel basketball.
Yep.
So some kids' parents don't come. So what we do, we put them in a room. If it's 4 or 5 of them, we put them in a room, and they'll stay in the same hotel as me, right across the hall or right next door. Anyway, so I don't take their jerseys just because they're coming back to the hotel with me. 9 times out of 10, they're in my car,
Right.
so they're coming back to the hotel with me. So I guess everybody jerseys but theirs. Tell me why their jerseys sometimes don't be washed. Because I'd be like, okay, bring me the jerseys. I'm about to wash. All right, coach. They don't bring it. When I start throwing them in the wash machine, you gotta look because I told you. And then I go in the room where they at, and the jersey's on top of the microwave. The shorts is on the refrigerator over here. TV, compression shorts in the window. Like it's just everywhere. I'm like, this is so unorganized. Y'all gonna leave something, a pair of shoes or something like that. That's the worst. When it comes to packing, the older kids to me are the worst. The younger kids is better because I guess because the parents pack their
I would
stuff.
say with the parents, I'm sure they check. Like I know I pack my kids' stuff
Yeah, okay,
the
yeah.
night before, or like they have their own separate bag for game day stuff. Their own game day stuff for practice stuff. Right, they're completely separate because I don't want to lose. Right, I know how they lose stuff in general, but as kids, as I get older, I'm like you're responsible.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense. When you said
Nah.
they're not young kids need to be better because probably the parents actually take care of it versus the actual kids.
Older kids, they're not responsible.
Yeah.
Parents, stay on your kids till they graduate high school and no more sports. If they in college and they playing sports, still pack their bags as much as you can because
it's responsibility, man.
we're going.
I say when you get to college, though, we'll say you're at a big school. Well, if you're at a big school, a lot of things take care for you.
Yeah, you have. You still have no choice but to have that certain stuff because you traveling. Coach said, wear the black jacket, blue pants.
Yep.
And you come in there, black jacket, black pants.
Trouble. Yeah, they should. May not travel.
Where your stuff at?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's true. Exactly.
Some coaches be like, manager, go in the closet. You still won't leave until you put these blue pants on.
It's true.
So like, some kids will try to get away with it, but the college coaches, no, they ain't going. Nah. You better make sure you got that. Whatever we supposed to travel in, it can be suit and tie. You better have that suit and tie on. Because you would not play, because he'll feel like, oh, you won't focus because you didn't have on what I told you to wear.
100%. You're not paying attention. You don't know how to follow directions. How can I put you in the game? You can't listen to something simple as
that's
wearing a suit. You know, I think if you don't got one, to say something. Speak up.
Yeah.
You know, like we can't. People aren't going to know if you don't have the required attire.
Yeah, they do.
Right. And it's like, hey, look, you got to let someone know. You can't just be, sorry about it. I understand like certain situations, like nervous, embarrassed. It's like, but you gotta. It's better for the coach to be informed.
9 times out of 10, when the coach announced,
got your back.
like you said, yeah, most of them do. No matter if they good coaches or not off the court.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these coaches, good men and women off the court, where they gonna show you where, all right, if you need anything, just call me. You should be able to trust them because 9 times out of 10, they didn't get the job for no reason.
Right.
Some of them can't coach that sport. But off the court, human being are great people.
They care. They're
the kids.
They want to see you improve. They want to help you out.
It's more than,
even though they're not maybe not be a great X's and O's coach, tactical guy, but like
it's more than that. Yeah, it's more than whatever sport you're playing. You got to have that support system, and some of them coaches, they will support you. You just got to open up. We can't read minds. I haven't met a coach that reads mine. If you do, coach, please contact me and let me know how to read these kids' minds so I can learn. Please.
Not the truth, man.
Please let me know. If you're out there, sir, ma'am, call me. Let me know how to read these people's minds.
So with that being said, also going forward, where you just said, it's more than just sports or like off the field, like.
Yeah, like.
And I'm gonna harp on the fact that again, it is more for the older kids, and as you get older, as you get out there in life, it's just like the higher the prestige you have, the higher the level of organization that you're on, the higher the level of play you have, so even if you're a star, right, on your team, the more you're under a microscope and the less you can act like a normal person.
Yeah.
There is stressors of coming, there's the weight of success, right? That's what they say, right? And so you don't get this free leeways as everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you're getting older and you like DUIs, public intoxications, dealing with harassment,
Yeah.
things on these lines, no one cares about them outside of like family at first.
Yeah.
But if you're on a team and you're on, or you're a star and you're again the higher level team, like these things become more of like you don't get to make mistakes.
Yeah.
As crappy as that sounds, like yes, you're human, but that's not how anybody's looking at you. So you have to appreciate that. Also, the organization then has to take that heat on if you can have there. The big thing for me to harping on, as you get older, you have to have a certain maturity about yourself as you're getting out there and the actions that you take. Like every little thing
Yeah.
starts to become under a microscope now. And every little thing, again, is a brand of who you are, especially when it comes like nowadays with NILs and these lines. Every little thing that you do is looked at either it's either honestly, it's an opportunity of success or a potential way to set yourself back in regards to how people look at, right? Just it's the littlest thing. What you drink, how you act, how you shoes you wear, how the clothes you wear, how you interact with people that we talked about earlier. All these things are opportunities for you to grow yourself, make the organization look good, make you look good, or vice versa, for you to get, in trouble.
Yeah.
Or for you to hurt your success or potential earning overall and potential opportunities to play on certain teams. And so this is one of those things where just be mindful of that. And it's not fair. It's one of those situations where it's not fair because again, as an athlete, it's not life is not about being fair.
Yeah.
It's just because of who you are, because of the stats that you have, because of the prestige that you're essentially obtaining at this point in time, because you're good, success.
You got
That is the way that's what you're around to manage to deal with. Some kids are really good at it, and some adults are really good at it, and some are not.
Yeah.
And again, if you're not, you better be the best thing ever. Like you got to be
still,
absolutely legit. But even then,
you still got to do it because like it's an expectation that you got to be. If somebody they expecting you to,
Mhm.
if you're gonna play here, you got to act here, be here. Only the greats are exceptional. You don't see LeBron in the news like that. Yeah, you seen Kobe then, but one time incident here and there, like but it's
Right, but I mean, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's
And
not
LeBron's like
much.
the cornerstone of like
Yeah,
managing stress is unreal.
like
Whoever his manager was, and whatever situation was, that was like,
he did it. Like yeah, they did a like he stay out the media, and that's the best. If you look at him, that's the
yeah, no, he has like no negative press, other than like, oh, he's
somebody
Miami.
hating or talking.
Yeah, it's like all it is. All it is hate.
But majority is and it's majority until his son just got in the league. If it was hate, it was about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't hate nothing else.
Nothing else.
But like you said, some of these kids got to see,
His
realize.
thing. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like he's on a different level of like his financial worth.
Yeah,
Like, and obviously like his skill level. He's in the conversation of being the greatest of all time. Right, no matter who you are, he's in that conversation. But it took that maturity. And all the guys like Jordan, all these guys were the same way. There was a maturity about them.
Yeah.
Going forward.
To be the greatest.
To be the greatest, right?
Yeah.
It's not just on the field, not just on the court. No matter what you are. So if you're one step away here, if you're on the team, when you're away, you're still part of one step away, especially when you're with the organization. More so when you're with the organization with travel.
Yeah.
Right? When you're with a team though, like you're go to college or you're in pros or you're in like a legit part of like everything for you. No matter where you are, not even if you're on the team, if you're at school, if you're at home, you are like so Michigan. Right? I'm a Wolverine no matter where I'm at. If I make a mistake, it's gonna say Michigan Wolverine, so and so athlete, right? And so it's not like, oh, just you. They're going to start throwing your name in the headline. So it's like you got to be smart about what you're doing because you are your organization expects you to do that as well.
Yeah. Nowadays, stuff stick too.
Yes.
So if I
and that's forever.
Some 2 years ago, somebody can find it. And like, you did this 2 years ago. No, I ain't dealing with that. Like, I don't want to cross that bridge again. Like, are you gonna do this again? Then it comes down to do they still trust you or are they going to give you that second chance? Everybody don't give you second chances.
Just create a hurdle for yourself.
Yeah.
Not put your own obstacle on your own.
Yeah. Some people get through it. I mean, it's possible. We're not never saying it's not possible, but why put the hurdle where you can avoid it and you just come out and just do what you got to do, be responsible, take care of everything, handle your business, don't procrastinate, and then you'll be fine. I mean, it shouldn't be no problem. It'll be super easy.
Here's again. Do what you think is right, listen to your coaches, Be there for your teammates. Support your teammates. Don't try to make anybody look bad. Walk away from tough situations. That's the biggest thing. Is you know what's right, you know what's wrong. There's time in life to do things. And as you're growing up, as you're maturing, as you're making your career, those are not the time. Like you're gonna have time.
Yeah.
Like it's all people want to party, all this other thing. When you're coming to college, like if you play sport, if you retire really young, like keep it real, it's like you're not working till you're 60 if you don't want to. I mean, you don't have to, right? So it's like you want to play, put all that stuff off when you're more mature, when you can handle it, and then you probably realize I probably didn't need that stuff. Like, and that's what ends up happening.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours of nothing, and then the day's over.
Right. And I'm a fan. I was just talking with one of our guys, who's going off D1, going to play, and I'm like, look, he was asking, what should I do? I'm like, look, this is your last spring break. Don't be an idiot. I said, but
go enjoy yourself.
Work out in the mornings, but go enjoy yourself. Like, get your workouts in, but like, hang out with your friends. Don't regret that. But again, that's not the same idea of, I'm going to go do stupid decisions. Like, relax. Like, make smart choices, but you still should enjoy yourself until a certain. Because there is a grind at a time. Like, there are times you're going to grind, and there may be a couple years in a row that it's a grind. But when you have transition, life-changing moments, liminal moments, like big moments in your life that make some changes. Graduating high school is one of those. Enjoy that time. You may never. Holy cow! You may never be together again in that group setting, right? And it's one of those things where like you gotta enjoy that. You don't want to miss that. You wouldn't want. Yeah, it's more of a memory and more of an experience with your people, right? It's not some stupid like, oh, I go do this stupid thing. It's not that situation.
The kid you talking about,
he's over short.
Yeah, he's definitely that. And he needs to go out there.
That's part of the situation. It was part of it because I know how he is mentally. And I'm like, you got to go do that. You don't want to be going to school burned out, right?
Yeah. The workhorse, bro. Get out. Yeah. It's spring break. Yeah, break. Take that. Use the break.
I know when you get to school, you're going to be.
Yeah,
it's not going to be there.
And he don't.
Very true.
And he won't party. He won't do none of that. Like,
it's a good thing.
It's a good. Yeah, no. There's nothing bad about it. It's just like he don't enjoy himself enough. And then later on in life, like, I wish I would have did this.
Right. And my big thing is don't miss out on friends.
Yeah.
You got your opportunities here and I want to go burned out.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, it wasn't individually, this individual for sure. Like, I mean, someone else like, how many times have you done this already? It's chill. You don't need it.
It's starting to open up a little though. With more, how we talk. So the conversation is getting more deep and he's starting to actually open up and understand like, okay, yeah, let me take this break and let me rest. Let me enjoy being a kid. Because he doesn't train or think like a kid. So but you are 17, 18 years old. You're still a kid. Yes, you're about to go into adulthood. Yes, it's about to get serious. But the good thing for you is you got 4 years to get that right. Because you got to play college basketball. So you got an extra 4 years to get your life where you want it. And you might go further than that because of how much work you put in. I mean,
they're playing people.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Whole different podcasts on that in regards to playing Iron Sharpens Iron.
Yeah.
Talk about that later on, guys.
Yeah, definitely tune in for that episode. That's gonna be that episode right there. Is gonna be a good one. Been waiting on this kid for a minute to get him in, and this is the only time. Actually, that's what's so crazy is this is the only time we actually get him a break to actually get him.
Yeah.
Because if we be like, okay, we want him on this episode. We want him on this episode. We want him on this episode, and like, what you doing today? Practice. Gym.
Back. Always.
Gym.
It is what it is.
Practice.
Always.
All right. We'll catch you next time.
Mm-hmm.
But this probably will be the only time we can get him. But tune in for that episode. That'll be a good one.
So, wrapping this thing up, March Madness coming around.
Who
do you think? I think you're gonna take the whole thing.
Like I said earlier, man, that Cooper Flagg kid, he's tough. Great basketball player. Probably gonna be number one pick in the draft this year. I feel like for the storyline, if we're going off money, yeah, him winning would be great because he just came off an injury. Then your team was still winning, but when you came back, y'all went to another level. So that means, and you helped carry them to the Final Four.
Okay,
you come off an injury, carry them to the Final Four. If it'll be the number one draft pick, that's gonna beat the media up. Oh my God!
What rounds did he miss? He missed like the early round. Like he played Elite Eight.
No, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So he just came back to Elite Eight.
On, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so the Final Four and
don't quote me on that.
obviously minor injury, but yeah. So they made it. So he, yeah, no, he can't. But he's been the leader the whole season, right? Like he's been like their guy the whole season.
Yeah, for sure. Because he just get the media attention because of who he is. He's been had the media by the throat for the past 2-3 years anyway. And then when he went
True.
to Duke, it was
Yeah,
it
because
was bad.
it got crazy. And now they're no one in the country. Yep.
Now he's going to the Final Four, but I'm giving it to one of them SEC teams.
Yeah.
I think Auburn and Florida is going to pull it out.
Auburn and Florida. Who is the Final Four right now? Who?
So Auburn has to play Florida.
No.
And Houston has to play.
Houston. Okay.
Duke. So my thing is, they didn't want the SEC to be in the championship. Because if it was the SEC, like them two, they was both going to the championship.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah. It was Auburn versus Florida. Yeah, no doubt. I have no Auburn versus Florida.
All right.
That would have been they probably did it.
I just don't like Auburn because they beat in a row, back to back.
They beat in a row, back to back.
They should get the Michigan State.
It's like
I went to it. That's
who
like
haven't they beat? Bruce Pearl is a great coach, great dude. Basketball wise, I've been loving Bruce Pearl since he was at Tennessee.
see, yo.
He's one of my favorite coaches. Him and Bob Knight. I love Bob Knight. He's a butthole, but I just love the way he
got people to win it.
Yeah, he's winning and stuff. So like I just like him like that. If I want to get angry, I'm going Bob.
Bob Knight is on the throw chairs.
I'm going in his mode. But Bruce, I thought Tennessee should have kept him, but Bruce Pearl, he's probably him or Rick Pitino right now are my two favorite college coaches. Bruce and Rick Pitino. I've been loving Rick.
So you got Florida or Auburn?
Yeah, definitely.
You got Duke in it? Duke in Houston?
No, I don't think so.
Is it?
It's tough.
I mean, it's tough.
Now, if the storylines, the money plans out, Duke's gonna win. Duke versus Auburn, and Cooper Flag just
does his thing.
Is he go crazy or he loses it?
There we go.
But the money wise, Cooper Flag been in the national title game is
the whole.
That's
understandable.
Big. Your number one draft pick. I don't know.
Branding.
I don't know when the I don't know when the last time that happened.
In high school with him.
I don't know when the last time that happened. The number one player of the draft in the national championship game.
Right. That doesn't happen too often.
I don't know when the last time that happened.
Look that up.
Yeah.
We'll have that for you next time.
Yeah, next episode we're definitely going to have that. I don't know when that. I can't.
Who knows what order it comes up to either. Yeah. All right, man.
I see you guys, man. Have a good day.
Yep. See ya.